Hey, board gamers, BJ from Board Game Gumbo here, back in the Gumbo pot with another unboxing. This time we're taking a look at Florence, a game published by BrainCrack Games and designed by Dean Morris. It is part of the BrainCrack's trilogy of city games with Venice and Ragusa. I played both of them. I love both of them. I haven't played Florence, so I don't know a lot about it, but I did see it on the Kickstarter. It had some really cool components and some interesting gameplay, so I finally tracked down a copy. Let's get right to the table and see what's inside this box. Looks like Florence is for 1 to 5 players. It's got a solo mode designed by David Turczi. It's got a very striking color of Firenze, or Florence as they say here. That's the Duomo, if I remember right there in the middle. I've got an engraving of that in my office because I really enjoyed that place when we went visit. You can already see kind of the themes of the colors here, and they're going to come out in some of the pieces. So that is the box. We've got a rule book here. I learned Venice from Lewis from BrainCrack Games taught me, and then Ragusa I learned from the rule book. I found both the rule books were fine. So let's take a look real quick. We've got an overview. This is a game about big party, big celebration, and these nobles are moving around the city, and we're trying to get our people as close to them as possible for the notoriety, i.e. the victory points. That's what I know about this game. You'll see it's got kind of cool listing of the components in visual format. So I like that. All the different player colors and all the components. I like the fact that it's got tied in numbers to the sections of the board so that when you're doing a rule, you can easily reference the board. It's got explanations of the locations. It's got how the game structure is run. So it goes through the turn, how the game ends. And then, kind of a glossary of some of the game concepts. I like when they do that. Some interesting information about the historical figures that are in the game from the city of Firenze. Then we've got the actions, a little bit more about the different actions as you're performing them. So far, lots of visual representations. I like that a lot. We've got the noble movement, at the end of each round, how the noble is going to move around the board with those big chunky pieces. Cleanup phase, and then we've got the solo mode, which, like I said, is designed by David Turczi. And okay, I like this. In the back, they've got, a lot of the iconography is going to be something we're going to get used to as we play. But the first time you play it, you're going to want to be able to just quickly get a reference. So it's got that there. Some gameplay examples. That's interesting. So maybe some edge cases that might come up. They've already got some information on that. And I usually like to see either some kind of helpful hints or round structure reminder, or maybe some iconography help. It looks like that's what they have on this one on the back of the rulebook. Don't waste the back of the rulebook, publishers. Use it to your advantage. So that looks good there. Let's see what else is inside the box. We've got this. I know time is a big important piece of this, so I'm assuming that's one of the things that's going to be tracked by this board. Interesting. It's already made. I didn't have to do anything. This was already put together. A lot of times we have to do that in advance. Once the game comes in. So what else do we have here? This is really okay. So we do have some work to do because I can see this is going to go in there. Maybe this will go like this, and we'll track our resource time. Maybe it looks like times resource. So I'm assuming these are all player boards. Okay, this is strange. It looks like one of them wasn't done, but the others are. Okay. Never seen that happen. So maybe one of them just got popped off. I'll have to figure that out and make sure this game is playable. So we do have 4 working player boards for sure. Always interesting when you do these things, kind of just you find some things out. This one is definitely not hooked up, and I'll have to see if we can figure out where this other part to it, because we've got the cap, but we're missing the little piece that goes up. I did see something fly, so I will check that out. Put these to the side, and I will check that out off screen. All right, now we get to the punch boards. Oh, okay. So just one punch board. That's not too bad. that little black piece. I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to figure it out. Okay, so publishers sometimes provide you with an extra one or two. Restoration Games is famous for that with the Unmatched series. They always give you extra little ones. Hopefully, cross my fingers that BrainCrack did that. Let's see how easy these punch out. Super simple. All right. So these different tiles here, we'll have to figure out what those do. And I'm punching out the last one because it's got little punches on the inside. And sometimes these are the ones that'll get caught up because of all the little jagged edges. But nope, no problem at all. Okay. We've got a little bit of work to do. Oh, that last one was a little tight, but that's okay. Got a little bit of work to do, but at least the goblets came out pretty easily. And these tiles aren't going to be that bad to do. I should have this open so I can tell you what each of those pieces are. Those are called the brag tiles, and there's 9 of them in the box. Okay. Let's see what's next. We got some ring-looking things, and they also double punch out. Nice and simple. It looks like it's in the player colors, my guess, because there's 5 different colors, 5 different rings. All of them punch out super easy. Okay. That was simple. We've got some Q blocker tokens and some time tokens. All of these punch out. Wow, this is super easy. I'll get this done. And then we've got the destination markers. Okay, so we've got 3 different noble families. We're going to be using their carriages to go around the city. And I guess this is going to be the destination. So the carriages are going to go to the color of these pieces, these destination markers. So that is super simple. Okay, we'll get that done off screen. We've got the big, beautiful board. Let me see how much I can get this board on the screen here. The double-sided, no, single-sided. Okay, yeah, you can see all that. Like the colors here. We've got the different sections of the board. I guess what'll happen is in a random setup, we'll have these little markers there, and they'll move around, and we'll be moving the carriages around. And then we've got actions on the board. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know how to play this game, but we will find out. It shows you the paths that the carriages will take. I guess that's the way that they'll try to find the next one. Oh, they actually do have the Duomo here. So I'm wondering how accurate this is, if they've got the Uffizi Museum, if they have the little area with the bridge that crosses over where they had all the markets. There's a lot of beautiful stuff to see in Florence. It's one of my favorite cities that we've ever visited. So one of the reasons why I like collecting games like this is if we've been to a place before, I like getting the city game for that. All right, so what's next? Similar to Ragusa, if you played Ragusa, it comes with these little boxes already it looks like for the player pieces. And I always did like that. That is handy dandy. So we've got tons. I'm not going to go through all the components, but we've got tons of wooden components. You know, one of the things I like about BrainCrack is they know what we like. We like those wooden components for our Euros. And these are big, chunky, thick components in all the different colors. We've got tiny little ones. Let's look at little boxes. Oh, we've got some work to do on this. Yep, some little, these are plastic. And they're little presents, it looks like. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. And we've got some more here, some goblets. Are these wooden or not sure? Let's see. These feel wooden. And again, all the different colors. Wooden goblets, plastic presents. Assuming those are little workers or nobles. These are just the markers for your score. And then we've got, I would guess, a first player marker. Already popped out. I'm going to guess that. We've got more pieces. Wow, this game is chock full of pieces. These are different looking wooden workers. So, go back to my handy dandy cheat sheet. It doesn't show right there. Drunkards? Interesting, maybe. I'll just dump those in there. All these are nice wooden pieces. They're not particularly hefty. These are just normal, normal wooden pieces. So I like that. And then the star of the show, the carriages. I didn't know if they were going to be wooden or plastic. They feel like thick plastic. That's what I'm going to guess. With wheels that Do not turn, it doesn't look like. No, they don't turn. But they are very detailed, these carriages. So these are the 3 nobles that will be moving around the city. In the Kickstarter videos you might have seen, this one was like a brownish, mauvish, reddish color. So I think to emphasize the difference between that and some of the player pieces, and to emphasize the noble on the board, they did and match the colors with the cards. They did it in this pink, very light pink. So that's an interesting choice. All 3 look about the same, except, yeah, they're the same, except that they have the different colors. So we've got red, we've got pink, and we've got blue. We've got some cards. Let's see how easy it is to open these cards up. There's no little thing that I can see that automatically opens it up. No. It's a little harder to do. I left my knife downstairs, unfortunately. I may not be able to get this. I can't get this open. So, wow, it's really in there pretty tight. Okay, I got it. All right, so let's see what we got in terms of cards. Got some nobles looking cards with backs. Got pictures of the streets in Florence with the archways that we'll see. And we've got some seals. Pink, blue, and red. I bet these are like invitations that you can get for the different. Oh, it looks the Medici signatures. That's an interesting touch. Yep, the Contessa de Medici, the Oriano de Medici. That's it's got the signatures of the 3 nobles that are featured in the rule book. So that's kind of interesting. Even more of these wooden pieces. This time, some of these actually are screen printed. So I definitely want to show you those at least. At least I'll show you a couple of them. So some more of these wooden pieces. These are gorgeous. I like the production so far. I don't like that one of my player boards has a little missing piece, but we're going to figure that out. And then finally, the last big chunky wooden piece. Take a look. Oh, these are screen printed also. I don't know exactly what these are. These are the maestros, okay? And they're unique colors, but the designs are the same for each one of them. And we've got 5 of those. 5 of the maestros. So we got maestros, the donnas that I showed you with the ladies, and then the rest of them are all guards. So we've got pieces, and of course 2 more boxes for the player pieces. Interesting that the player pieces box. Oh, I wonder if that's the broken piece that I have. Interesting that there's no cover for these things. But then again, I don't remember there being a cover in the Ragusa either ones. I think you just put the board on top, and that's what kept it solid. But that is everything you are going to get in the box, including 5 players and then an extra box to put some more of the components that you have to use for the setup. But that's everything you get in the box for Florence. All right. Thanks for sticking around. I showed you the inside of Florence. I don't know if this is, because I didn't know what was going to be in the box, so I don't know if this is like an upgraded version for Kickstarter or this is just the retail version that you can get in Florence. I did find a copy at the BGG flea market, so I was able to get it, and it was still in shrink wrap, so I was very excited about it. At the time, I forgot what happened. I just forgot to back it, and I missed out on it, so I'm glad to have a copy now so I can play it. And we'll try to get this thing learned and played and get a little review, maybe even play it online when we get a chance. But until next time, laissez le bon temps rouler.